New at 10, remembering a hero. More than a month after a Champaign police officer was killed in the line of duty, his family honors his legacy.
He had a sense of humor, and it was fun to be able to just have those moments. Our favorite time with Chris was on vacation, undoubtedly on vacation. I would be really remiss if I didn't say that he was an excellent yardsman. He had a passion for making sure that our grass was perfect.
Officer Chris Oberheim was shot and killed responding to a domestic violence call in the early morning hours of May 19th. Tonight, Chris Oberheim's wife shares the memories of her husband, the day he died, and her mission to support law enforcement. She sat down with WAND's Chris Carter and photojournalist Erica Hola for her first TV interview.
Time stands still.
I hear it, I read it, I see it, I know it.
For Amber Oberheim.
But I think our brains are really powerful organs, and they do everything that they possibly can to protect our hearts. And I think that's where I'm at right now.
More than a month has passed since the moment her time stood still.
It unfolded right in front of me. The thing that I probably feared the most.
The moment she learned she lost the love of her life.
I lived out my worst nightmare.
The morning of May 19th, Amber Oberheim's life changed when an officer knocked on her front door with news of her husband's death. Officer Chris Oberheim, a 20-year law enforcement veteran, was shot and killed doing his job.
Undoubtedly, hands down, the worst day of my life.
A father of 4, a husband, a brother, and a son, his death leaves a void.
I miss his presence, I miss his strength, I miss his humor.
For a family who didn't just know a man with a badge, but knew a gentle giant.
I miss his laughter, I miss his smell, I miss his muscles, I miss his hugs.
For a grieving wife, memories provide comfort as the time passes. Memories like this. When on a cold winter's night, Chris Oberheim blew his family a kiss goodbye on a recently installed Ring doorbell.
That encompasses Chris.
Outside the squad car, family was Oberheim's life. A dedicated father of 4 girls, he spent hours on the softball field coaching his girls and their friends.
A lot of those girls he loved like his own.
A baseball player in high school, Oberheim was destined to be a girl dad.
He had a marriage of his baseball knowledge and being a girl dad. And I think he excelled in both of those areas.
He was more than a cop and a coach. He was a man of faith. He believed in giving back, touching lives and hearts. His impact evident at his funeral. From around the country, members of his Blue family, random strangers, stood tall in his honor.
There were officers from Texas, New York, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kansas.
All while his family watched, knowing that as time passed, these men and women would be their support.
We know without a doubt, if we need something, they will be there for us. Inevitably, undeniably, eternally.
It is support that helps a family move forward without their rock.
His strength was a silent strength, but a very obvious strength. Physically, he was a strong man. Mentally, he was a strong man. Emotionally, he was a strong man.
And as the time passes, Amber Oberheim is finding purpose in the pain of her loss.
In a world that sometimes seems stacked against you, choosing to be silent has more consequences than choosing to speak up. I'm done being quiet. I have a voice, and I will use it.
A voice now being used to change hearts and minds and keep the legacy of Officer Chris Oberheim, badge number 703, alive.
Law enforcement officers aren't robots. They're not expendable.
Now Amber Oberheim has created the nonprofit Peacemakers Project 703. The goal is to promote the nation's positive regard for law enforcement and proactively support law enforcement officers and families through outreach, reform, and education. Sean, coming up tomorrow night at 10, we are going to look at the foundation and the goals of it.
We'll be tuning in for that for sure. Thank you, Chris. Officer Jeffrey Creel was Oberheim's partner who is responding to that domestic call. He was shot as well, injured. He's recovering now at home.